Hey there, baseball fans. Backfields Media presenting the 2031 final look at our big board. Today, we are going to look at the first round and the supplemental places, which means we're going to give you our top 36. What am I talking about? The 2031 eMLB draft. It will be live this coming Tuesday, May the 13th, 6 p.m. Eastern. We'll start with the first two rounds. Then that'll be followed the next night with rounds 3 through 5. It'll be live on Twitch. It'll be an exciting time. Best draft, hands down. I'll leave it at that. Now, what do I mean by we'll cover the first round here? This will not be a mock draft. I did not go and look at the needs of each team and compare it to what's on the draft board. The scouts and all the data that we pulled from this draft pool, we collected everything. We made our adjustments based on things that we care about at Backfields Media and things that throughout the history, the last few years of the eMLB seem to matter the most in terms of talent, other abilities, the intangibles, and came up with our list. So this will be our top 36 on the big board. By all means, please like, comment, subscribe. Tell us where you think we went wrong. Who's too high? Who's too low? Who did we miss altogether? Although, before you worry about who we missed, you might want to wait until tomorrow when we do our second round of what's coming up. Let's jump right into it. Our early big board had the same number one pick, and it is unanimous for all the scouts at Backfields Media. It's Ted Brody, 21-year-old right-hander, Park City, Utah, a first baseman. Typically, scouts like the middle of the infield guys, or middle of the diamond guys, I should say, center field, short, with the good bats. But this bat is just too good to ignore. Already major league average talent in terms of power. Tremendous ability there. Great eye, which will improve even more. And that, I think, will raise the quality of this entire profile. Plus gap power, an incredible clubhouse presence, above average speed, solid defense at first base. He passes the 6-foot test at first base. You could easily just wind him up and see him crank out 35 to 40 plus homers every year. I think he's going to be a dominant force. He looks to be an easy sign up as well. Just wants slot. Ted Brody, that 80 potential, that's about right. We just felt like he was head and shoulders above the next few guys here. We'll see where he goes on draft night. I doubt it will be first, but who knows? Moving on to number 2, Chad Olds, 20-year-old switch-hitting left fielder from Hazel Park, Michigan. Chad had kind of fallen off a little bit in our previous preview. He was down to 8th. We took a second look. Some things adjusted up. Yes, even non-CCP players adjust between the time they're posted and the time they get drafted. We saw Chad's abilities tick up a little bit. Excellent power with plus contact as well. He hits to all fields, line drive hitter, does not get cheated, but also hits with authority. Good gap power as well. The speed is impressive. He can steal a base. As you see, he stole almost 20 bases in college in 62 games. Very confident player. Defensive tools, looks to be a corner outfielder. Those will improve. I think the speed will help the range ultimately. Some good coaching here would help with that. He's another one who looks like he will sign for slot and won't be too hard to sign. I think he'll go fairly high as well. Chad Olds coming in at number 2 on our draft board. At number 3, another right fielder, this time the 20-year-old left-handed Tom Corbett from Flint, Michigan. Incredible gap power. Plus with very good contact. Average speed, so it's going to be mostly doubles, some triples. Is a sophomore at Missouri who is playing against great competition. Showing some really good bat control, well above his age for his ability to make solid quality contact. He hits liners. Classic right field profile here with the solid range and era and a tremendous arm. The arm and the gap power are the big things. A real extra base machine here with great defensive ability. I think you could go a lot worse than Tom Corbett high in the draft. We have him slotted in at number 3 on our big board. At number 4, 18-year-old left-handed Eric Tubbs from Toledo, Ohio. Ranked as listed as a center fielder. He's got elite eye, elite power. Just kind of jumps off the ball, just jumps off of his bat. The contact is coming around. It is slightly above average for his age range and well behind his power ability at this point. And most of it comes from the fact that right now he's not making the best of contact. That said, the mechanics show he is going to develop into a hugely successful player. He has elite speed. His base running ability, stealing ability are improving. I think the speed, as he gets major league and minor league coaching, is going to bleed a bit into his range ability. He already shows very sure hands in the outfield. The arm's a little bit of a concern, but I think he could play up corner. Could be a spot center fielder at times, but make no mistake, this offensive profile, he could be in the Wade Beers, Michael Sean Kane category, triple crown threat. Eric Tubbs is our number 4. He too would be willing to sign for slot. Oh, that is a lot to like here. I'd love picking a guy like this. Eric Tubbs. Our first pitcher, and it's a reliever. Number 5, Eric Singer, 21-year-old right-hander from Wesleyville, Pennsylvania, pitching out of North Carolina at Chapel Hill, playing against great competition. And we're seeing 2 dominant pitches, plus slider and fastball. The capability, he's almost at major league level now with that. Keeps the ball down. It's heavy. He's not going to give up homers. He's a power pitcher. He's touching 97 miles an hour. Strong character traits with him. Could see him coming in a high leverage situation and dominating it. The control is improving. The stuff is improving. Everything is trending up Um, Singer is going to be, we like the characteristics here. Now, honestly, if he was a starting pitcher, wholeheartedly number 5, would a relief pitcher be picked this high? There's maybe one or two that could. Singer might be. I'll say that. He's already off the 20 overall floor, so he's already begun to show some major league ability. Can't wait to see where he gets picked. Eric Singer is our number 5 pick on the Backfields Media big board. Number 6, and this was a new player to our list from the past one, Kevin Talamantes, 21-year-old left-handed center fielder from Allen Park, Michigan, plays his ball at Indiana State right now. Tremendous power, both to the gap and just over the fence. Dominates the baseball. Can hit, has a great inside-out swing. The defense, eMLB ready right now, even in center field. He's just a tremendous defensive player. Dominates college ball, had a 2.9 WAR in just 58 games and 14 homers. The speed and range are what I like the most about Kevin here. Really adds dimension to his entire game. With that kind of speed and his ability to hit to the gap, this is a guy who could consistently hit double-digit triples, 30-plus doubles, cause all kinds of chaos and havoc when he's on base, and then be a shutdown center fielder when his team has the ball pitching. Tremendous talent here. He's the first on our list that has a bonus demand of more than slot, but for a team and at this level, that 3.8 is very much within the range that you would see at this point in the first round. Dinged him a little bit, but not enough to move him too far down this list. Kevin Talamantes, a future star, I believe, in eMLB. He ranks 6th on the big board. Mike Almond, left-handed relief pitcher, 20-year-old from Green Oak Township, Michigan. Goes to school at Fairleigh Dickinson. Not a college baseball hotbed, but still real breakout performance for him this past season. Elite fastball and a plus curve. It's a great 2-pitch mix. He misses a lot of bats. You see his 11.4 K per 9, even with the relatively high BABIP. He still was dominant in that. Was used as a starter in college, so there is some potential there. I know that stamina number is low. He has, and of course, I think with the reliever bump that they get in terms of rating, the stuff plays up. He's a mid-90s pitcher. Will keep the ball in the park. The control is getting there. This entire profile, I think, will slide to the right altogether. The fact that he's so well advanced, showing as a 33 overall, bumps him up this list quite a bit. He gets a little bit of an advantage from that. Great work ethic. I like this pitcher. I see him in more the mold of a McClure out in Texas, where he's pitching every other day, getting a couple of innings. Mike Almond is our number 7 selection on our big board. And now, our first CCP. Want to make a note. This list was compiled before the final draft pool was released on Wednesday night before the draft. So I do know he has been boosted more than this. To be determined, 20-year-old left-hander rather, from Elwood, New York. Just a phenomenal profile. The fastball already above average in terms of major league. That's plus plus. All of his core pitching skills rate well, very above average, works hard, handled by the same creator who created Benjamin Abinduct, who's been phenomenal as well. Again, I see him as a potential McClure type as well. Somebody where you're not just leaving him to get the ninth and close down. I really think high leverage relievers are going to be the big strategy adjustment as we go forward in eMLB. We see some general managers already moving that way. I think this is just another sign that they'll become, relievers are becoming almost everyday players or almost at the level of platoon players. Leave me a comment under this video with your thoughts on whether or not that's true. Love that he touches 97. Talked about his extreme fly ball. To be determined, our first CCP in this list. He clocks in at number 8 on our big board. Our first starter comes in at number 9. It's Josh Ballard, 20-year-old left-hander, Elmhurst, Illinois, goes to school at Southeast Missouri State. Another guy who wants slot. Has a really nice 4-pitch mix. Fastball, changeup, sinker, splitter. So a lot of speed in there. He's touching 94 now. I think there's room for improvement in that velocity, but the efficiency is good so far. Superb control. I think he grades out to having above average stuff and movement. So all around, I think this is going to be a very solid pitcher. As a lefty, of course, he's going to hold runners. Very intelligent and adaptable, which means in game, he's going to be able to adjust to unique situations. And I think put in the right spot, I think he could really flourish. This to me looks like a prototypical pitcher, a starting pitcher in modern baseball. The good 4 pitches, relying on craftiness more so than stuff, but can also blow it by hitters as needs be. Had a great year in college, 9-2 with a 2.24 ERA. Josh Ballard comes in at number 9. And our top 10 is rounded out by another CCP. This one is Kenji Kobayashi, 18-year-old right-handed center fielder. Talked about him quite a bit in our CCP preview back on Wednesday. Can play all 3 outfield positions, plus speed and defense. That's his skill set. Great character guy. He's going to learn more and more as he continues to play. The batting profile today looks below average. I think as he gets boosted, I think he will be more than he'll slide well over to the right. I think that two-tone is going to turn green and in some cases aqua for that. I like this overall ability that he has. Kenji Kobayashi, number 10 from Cody. Competition level's kind of poor, but he said he will go for slot, although with the CCP, I think there's already a lot of negotiating going on. I'm sure a lot of GMs are tagging Kenji and seeing his level of interest. Interested to see where this player plays, will end up playing. We have him at number 10. Stu Maher is the number 11 player in our listing. 20-year-old right-hander, plays center field. He's from Clinton, Michigan. A lot of guys from Michigan. The Midwest is well represented at the top of this draft. Elite defender. As you can see, the corners plays at elite level. Center field is plus plus. Could play in the majors right now defensively with that defense. Good power and eye potential in the future. Huge, and there's the ability to improve overall. The contact, as you see, very low at this stage. However, look to be a bit of a late bloomer. You see he's got his average up to 269 in college, but still translated to a 929 OPS. So as that ability to make solid, consistent contact improves, it's just going to accentuate the rest of his game. He's got great speed. Worry a little bit about the error rate in the outfield. I think it's just a matter of learning, getting the teaching that he needs in the minors. He's got the ability to take that in, take it on, and be successful. Stu Marr coming in at number 11. Let's go to number 12. Relief pitcher Randy Phelps is our number 12 player on our big board. The Georgetown senior, 23 years old, one of the older players on this list. An above average fastball, grades to an elite. The changeup is plus, so he would have a nice combination there, mixing off each other. The fastball is really what he relies on right now, and he's got a lot of confidence in that. The changeup is a bit of an afterthought now. In college, you can do that, but there's a lot of potential for growth here. All three core pitching skills grade out to be well above average. The home run suppression especially helps with that. This young man has a future in eMLB. He's a power pitcher, ground ball, will touch 99. There's a lot to like there. I think his self-confidence is going to play up huge as he continues to make it. We liked him very much with all of the high-quality skills that he possesses and the potential. We've rated him as high as number 12 on our big board. New pitcher, at least was new to us on our rankings list. And this will kind of show you a little bit about how we view everything all together. Chris Blanco, 18 years old, from Upland, California, committed to East Tennessee State. I don't think that's going to happen because I think somebody's going to draft this young man. The 6'1" starter has elite level control potential, 4 above average pitches, and it's that classic fastball, changeup, curveball, slider mix. All of them play up. Pitches deep into games, very consistent, adjust to the situation. He's going to be one of those guys that is going to drop because of that $9 million number. Unless he goes very high or unless he falls to a team that has the Bucks. You would think that he would fall a lot lower on this list than he did. This kind of shows how we take everything into consideration at Backfields Media. There are pluses and minuses with every player. It is hard to ignore this overwhelming amount of plus that we see in Blanco's future. I see him as a very likely number 2, possibly even an ace pitcher as he progresses through his career. I think he's got the ability. Strikeout rate in high school was 13.2. I want to see how he develops in the minor leagues, see what he does. That $9 million is a huge ask. that might seem really cheap by the time he breaks the majors and begins to dominate, as I think he can. Chris Blanco is number 13 on our list. Number 14 is Robert Suarez, 24-year-old right-hander from Venezuela, Ciudad Bolivar. With the IMG Academy right now, he is a college senior, so he's well developed. As you can see, he's almost ready for the majors right now. Virtually impossible to get good contact off of. Can touch 97, already has a well above average major league fastball now. All of his core skills rate. This is the kind of sneaky pick that you could make and immediately have him in your bullpen almost today. He's certainly not going to start out in rookie ball, I would not think. Bit of a prankster. Never hurts to have one of those on the club. Can kind of loosen things up if you've got a lot of tightly wrapped folks. Purely a reliever, as you can see from the stamina. I think he's going to work amazingly well in high leverage situations. I think that potential number is a little bit misleading. I think it's because of the age more so, but I think this is somebody, honestly, if he grows into this entire profile and he was to hit all those potential numbers, that's not a 45 pitcher. So Robert Suarez is our number 14 and our first round candidate in the minds of those of us here at Backfields Media. Another CCP, this time with Wild Bill Hickok, 21-year-old from Ottawa, Illinois. Second baseman, currently playing at Mississippi State. He is a college junior. He's got the defensive side of the game locked up fairly well. Classic second base profile, great range, can stand in on the double play. That's just going to continue to improve with age and coaching. The speed I like. It's above average, and he's got really good sense of what to do on the base paths. I'd like to see a little more training in the steals category, but he's got the ability to make that work. Smart kid. This is a pure athlete. Overall batting profile kind of clocks in at maybe average to just below. Makes good line drive contact. Hits are going to fall. Curious to see where the improvements lie as the boosts come in for him. We've got him right now at number 15. I think that's a good landing spot for him. He could go pretty quick, though. Wild Bill Hickok is number 15. Number 16, the first of the Elmer twins comes in, another CCP. 17-year-old, 6'5", Serena Elma from Morgantown, West Virginia. Up the middle specialist, as we saw Wednesday in our profile. These two switched off between playing shortstop and center field. The infield range is what's the big key here. Great defensive ability. I think that's just going to play out. Great speed. Good base running ability. The bat is well ahead of where a 17-year-old should be. And I saw on the list where he already has boosts in. That with the exceptional character traits. It's a flying WV player. What do you think he's going to end up being? I would be very surprised if he falls to number 16. But I haven't seen his final boosts. And we're running it by the numbers. So this is where he ended up. I don't expect flying to have to wait long for either of his CCPs. But right now, Serena is the best in the best position of the two. Right now, I have him coming in at 16. Number 17, 22-year-old Raheem Jennifer, Los Angeles, California. plays at College of the Pacific in California. This is a 5-tool player. Great batting profile, can run, can throw, can hit, can field, does everything, and continues to try to work and make himself better. The plus power number kind of jumps out at me here. The contact is good as well. A legitimate center fielder, not someone who's rated as a 30 there, and you just have to hope he grows. Could already play center field in the major leagues. Solid character traits will bolster him as well. This is a nice overall player. This is the kind of profile that looks like a CCP. And if you've been around a little bit, you know what I mean. Can just do everything and be good at it. And I think this is another player that will only depend on how good the coaching is that he gets at the minor league level as to how quickly he is going to develop into his full potential. I see him as an everyday starter in Major League Baseball. He's the 17th best prospect in this draft on our big board. We'll see where he goes. CCP Doug Schmidt, Baffle 99's player, comes in at number 18. A tremendous power potential at third base, above average defense, with a great infield arm. You see that turn DP number pulling down the overall position rating there, but I think there's some good quality here. There in the field. Average speed to slightly above average stealing ability. I think that can be harnessed a little bit more. This is a very hardworking player, an intelligent player. Maybe not so much of a leader, but I think he will have the ability to, by his example, be a big factor on a team. Willing to sign at slot. I think this is more than an easy gamble. And of course, I think as the boosts roll in, a lot of this offense is going to vastly improve. Doug Schmidt, going to be a terrific third baseman in the league. Right now, he's number 18 in the overall pool. Freddie Robinson comes in, the 19-year-old junior college sophomore from Austin, Texas, plays center field. Plus bat to ball skills, has great solid contact, line drives to all fields, can hit the ball in the air to all fields as well. This is a really nice offensive profile. I wish the eye was a little better, but I think it's going to still play up well. This is a guy who's going to get a lot of base hits, has the speed to turn singles into doubles. He's got the gap power where he'll be a triples machine. Solid character guy, so he's going to continue to work hard and he's going to be smart. The loyalty thing plays in there as well. I like the potential for him. I'm curious to see how big the power bat goes. I'm going to have the ability to win batting titles or at least compete for them. Didn't play against the greatest competition. I mean, in junior college, of course, but not looking to break the bank either. Relatively small bonus demand. I could see somebody taking a flyer on him. Like one of the better teams towards the bottom of the draft could get a steal here with Freddie Robinson and have somebody who could patrol center field for them in a few years. He's number 19. Who can't believe Maury through halfway through this first round. Mike Allison comes in at number 20. Closer, he's rated at from Portsmouth, Virginia. Went to Duquesne, a college senior. Was a starter in college. Trying to be a closer here. I think the one thing that kills him from being a starter in the majors is the fact that he's just got the 2 pitches. Now someone may use the development lab and try to get a third pitch out of him. I would be curious to see how that works. He does have high adaptability, so that may pull off. But the two pitches he has are major league ready. Great curveball, cutter combination, excellent velocity, touches 98. All the core pitching skills grade to above average overall and close to average now. Interesting, the control is the trailing skill at this point, but the mechanics make us think that he is going to grade out into being even better at control than everything else. Still only 22, and so I think, teams could take a flyer on him as well. I like this pitching profile, and I think with that stamina, definitely going to be in high leverage situations and getting a lot of activity. Mike Allison, the number 20 ranked prospect on our big board. Big Daddy Danny DeCamp, 21-year-old left-handed right fielder, comes in at number 21. Speed kills. And Danny DeCamp has a ton of it. It permeates his entire profile, uses it in the field, in the outfield, particularly great corner outfield abilities. Above average gap power, which means he's going to be a triples machine as well. Very smart, very coachable. I think the contact plays up a little bit. He has the ability to avoid Ks. He just got to learn to try to make good contact when he does swing. I think learning a little as that batting eye improves, that will change. Don't expect to see a lot of power from him, but I still think with that gap ability, he's going to have a significant boost in his slugging. Not going to steal a lot of bases, but I think that's okay. I think he's got the ability to harness that speed a bit and really turn things around on the base paths. I like this player overall. Could even throw him in at the occasional first base, get a few at-bats there. This is a good young kid with a nice base with the secondary skills. Low bonus demand, played against great competition out on the West Coast. Danny DeCamp comes in at number 21. Brad Novak, 20-year-old shortstop, left-hander from Moscow, Idaho, is our number 22 prospect in the draft pool. High-quality contact. Will just beat you to death. Another one who I think is going to potentially compete for batting titles and doing so at a high-value defensive position, and he's good at short. Exceptional range, really good quality. The errors, yes, they could be a little bit better. I think he might grow into some better habits there. He was seen as trying to rush the ball, and he's got a great arm. It tends to sail on him a little bit. So just learning to harness that, I think, will help him a great deal. Could play anywhere on the infield, and with that arm, he can track all the way over to third base. Kind of think that that's where I see him ultimately, is potentially to be a third baseman, but he could also play shortstop. It's where he's been spending most of his time now. Good speed, good character traits. Like this a lot. Not much in terms of power, but just enough to keep you honest. And hits line drives. Brad Novak, number 22 ranked prospect. CCP time. DeMarco Flexington comes in at number 23. 5-tool star. Entire rate of batting profile is above average. Don't see that much. The power and eye play up. I think the contact is improving. Also plays extremely well at second base. Again, another classic second base profile. The speed is there. Again, I think it's just straight line speed. I think as he continues to grow, he's only 19. The batting profile, just about where you want to see it there. The fact that he just can do everything is what really stands out. Another guy who's looking for slot could very easily could pass by him, but again, he's a CCP, a lot of wild card potential there. This could be, the greatest second baseman in eMLB before he's done. With CCPs, it's just that way. DeMarco Flexington is going to be a star, I think, in eMLB. Number 24, Jorge Asensio, 21-year-old right-handed right fielder from Raton, New Mexico. Plays for Ole Miss. Plus power and above average contact. Has a really good batting profile. Likes to swing the bat, and he's learning to control that and not strike out as much. A plus defender, grades out higher on the corners than in center field, but I also think he could ultimately play some center field. Definitely has the traits for it. Solid core defensive skills, definitely can go get it. Sneaky fast with good baseball instincts. Gets the most out of what speed. He's not slow, but he's not a burner, but then can turn around and steal bases and has excellent base running instincts. I really like this player a lot. A little high on the bonus demand, I think, but I also think that he might be worth it. This is an all-around candidate. I think if he was just, had a little more speed, we'd be looking at a 5-tooler. But Jorge Asensio is another great prospect in our draft. I like him. Curious to see where he goes. He comes in at number 24. We're 2/3 of the way done in our first round. Look, Brad Bill is our 25th best prospect. Plus bat control, refuses to strike out, and that is just getting better. Has a good eye, could stand to turn a little more of those swings into quality contact, but I do like the fact that he can spray the ball to all fields. When he's trying to hit homers, he's going to pull it. He's got average power, slightly below average with the gap and the eye. Love his arm at third base. It's just a cannon. Could potentially get away with some shortstop. Would like the range. Doesn't seem to handle the traffic well in the middle of the diamond on defense. Curious to see if that could be taught up a little bit. This is a guy who could potentially be a captain for a team. Good leadership ability, good work ethic, leads by example and by what he says. Went to Old Dominion. Looks to be an easy signing too, kind of a low slot demand. And I meant to say earlier, I realized that these numbers, every GM sees slightly different numbers for the bonus demand. So everybody's mileage varies. So keep that in mind. If somebody signs for a lot less or a lot more than what was shown here. The Newport News native, Brad Bill, coming in at number 25. At number 26, this player fell a little bit from our original draft preview. He ranked as high as number 8 on our big board at one point. J.J. Langelier from San Antonio, Texas, just about to turn 22. Not a bad player at all. His current rating dropped just a little bit, and that's why he dropped. Plus, the CCPs that got boosted and things kind of pushed past him a little bit as well. Like the batting profile, everything is going to be above average, if not plus. Like the fact that he makes good contact, just has a normal inside out swing, can drive the ball with authority. That's what he's doing best now. Hit 16 homers in college. Thought that was really good. Although playing for St. Gregory's, not a baseball hotbed. Good defensive abilities, can play the corner outfield. Would like to see the arm be a little bit better in right field, but can definitely play either one in a pinch. Below average speed. The potential number kind of pops at you, and I think it's purely because of that batting profile. Can swing a bat and can really deliver it. I think he's going to be good. There is J.J. Langolier coming in at number 26. At number 27, another CCP, Sean Rodecker, from the Rodecker family, Bismarck, North Dakota, only 19 years old. So shortstop for Oregon. There we go with another Oregon alum in eMLB. They're quite the center of excellence, I think. 5-tool shortstop, power bat with solid contact already, plus level defense. Going to be a shortstop, works hard. We know what Noble Eagle did with Shane Rodecker. I don't expect anything different from Sean. I don't think he's going to be on the board at number 27. I'll be honest. I think he's going to be long gone by then. Sean Rodecker, we have him rated at 27 just because of the math. My own little personal cheat sheet would have him much higher than that. But that's where he stands. At number 28, Steve Meadows pops into our big board. Really nice pitcher, 19 years old from Little Silver, New Jersey, goes to North Carolina State. The ACC has great baseball competition level. Curveball is the best pitch in his arsenal ultimately. Right now it's the fastball, but the curveball's not far behind it. The mechanics that he can really whip that off, I think, with the velocity he has and the notion that he's more of a finesse pitcher. He's more trying to hit his spots on the corners and paint the edges, leads me to think that the curveball is going to be the most efficient there, followed by a circle change. The control plays up very well. It's also going to keep the ball in the park. Not the kind of guy who's going to blow it past a lot of hitters, although he did strike out a batter an inning in a high-quality competition in the ACC. The question is going to be, what does that translate to in minor league baseball and then ultimately the majors? Will that sinker improve enough to give him a fourth pitch? I like him as a starter, has the potential to go a little deep, will not wear his arm out. There's a lot to like here. Will sign as a slot. You can't have enough pitching. He's well ahead of his age. I mean, he's 19 years old. So, imagine this guy in a couple of years, if he stayed in college, he'd probably be a high first-round pick. I see him going in the first round. Steve Meadows at number 28. At number 29, CCP Osbones, Debach Dragons, CCP from Germany. Also going to school at Wichita State. Great defensive ability in center field, great range, great error. The speed is average, the stealing ability slightly above average. The thing I like is that his ability is slightly above his aggressiveness, which is where you like to see it. The batting profile, playing right now to average to slightly above average, that's going to improve with the CCP. D Block is a known quantity in our community. I don't think he's going to be at number 29. But that said, that's where the collective here at Backfields Media put him. Very intelligent player. And I think you're going to see a lot more of him. I like the notion of him being a starting center fielder for some team. And I think you could win a title with a player like this. Curious to see what his boosts look like, too. Number 29, Osbones. Number 30, Malachi's player, Marcus Kalahari, another CCP. All-around great utility player. Again, this is a CCP profile. Can do everything, can do it slightly above average, and will just keep getting better. 21 years old from Austin, Texas. Plays more second base than anything else right now, but could play anywhere in the infield and even the corner spots in the outfield. Love the adaptability, can steal a base, stole 21 in college, has enough pop to hit double-digit home runs in college. I think that will continue. This is a kind of player where, it's just, as I said in the CCP preview, could probably start out as a super sub and then just end up as an everyday player somewhere and just raking and running up all these stats and, having a high WAR for value. Like him a lot, too. Marcus Kalahari comes in at number 30. At number 31, Juan Saucedo, 18-year-old right-handed shortstop. Tremendous power ability. He's from Reading, Pennsylvania, the high school senior. I really like the power bat on this kid. Just tremendous. The gap power, especially from somebody who's 18 and it's already this high, is just phenomenal. Terrific high school numbers, as you would expect from somebody who's going at this level. Plus level defense on the left side of the diamond, could play third, short, and is just incredible. You see, oh, well, the arm is the least of these, but that arm is still plus rated. So could more than easily play third. Love his ability to mix it up in the middle of the field, can handle the double play ball, either starting it or being that middle piece from a feed from second base. Has great energy. As you see, the personality profile will eventually harness it and improve. Not a leader, but that's, we don't ding that as much as like a low work ethic or low intelligence. Not everybody has to be in the front of the room. This kid will get a lot of playing time, I think, and has great potential. Will get the time to grow through the minor leagues. And I think as that batting profile improves, we'll see him in a few years. He is a nice prospect here. Juan Saucedo, number 31 on the Backfields Media big board. And number 32, Gene Farrell, 21-year-old right-handed starting pitcher. Already had the funniest meme in the Discord. His nickname is Diaper. Above average core skills, has plus control. At least it grades out to plus. It's kind of way behind right now. We're seeing the typical thing you see for a young player who can throw it fast. That's what he wants to do. And I think as he matures and they harness that, the coaches harness that, those control numbers are going to spike. 3 good pitches, 2 of them have plus. I think the cutter is probably going to end up being a plus pitch for him. Can go deep into games. And as you see, best nickname in the draft. That's reason enough to draft him in the first round, right? this profile, and he's willing to sign for slot, played against good competition level out at Utah. Gene Farrell is our number 32 pick overall. Now we've got some supplemental picks this year in the first round, so we're going to bump up to that, and our big board is going to run to 36. So let's hop into that. Let's go with number 33. That's Chad Martin, 21-year-old, rates as a closer, elite level cutter with a plus slider. Speed and deception there. Touches 97, misses a lot of bats. Struck out 10.5 against average competition as a junior at Point Loma Nazarene. Kind of bit of a, who's that? Didn't really set the scouting world on fire, but we've watched him enough. Takes care of himself, kind of in the modern tradition of an athlete who, got their own dietitian and things like that. He's very much that type of guy. So he's taking care of himself, works hard, looks to be purely a reliever again with the 2 pitches. Could see him getting a lot of play and having a lot of ability to bounce back. Great in high leverage situations. You see, even with a high BABIP in college where people were getting bad on the ball, he was still being successful. And I think as his abilities improve, you see that pitcher BABIP is above average right now. I think it's just going to play out well for him. Chad Martin is number 33. Number 34, Chris Testo, a 20-year-old shortstop. Elite middle infield range and speed. The range is just amazing. Can get to any ball. Could do that from either side of the diamond. But the rest of his defensive game plays at average to above average as well. Has not harnessed the speed as quite as much in stealing as he has with base running, but I think that can play up as well. Again, love these guys who have great gap power and great speed because the triple is the most exciting play in baseball. And I think we've seen a lot of guys in this first round who have the potential to be that. Really great contact numbers here as well. Will not strike out a lot. Hits line drives. Kind of low on the power, but as you see, played at Cal State Fullerton and hit 11 homers against decent competition. So he could be surprising. He's not going to be just a noodle bat. The 20-year-old, I really like this player. I'm curious to see if he gets drafted in the first round. He's got skills. Chris Testo at number 34. At number 35, Mike Cessna, 22-year-old right-handed center fielder from Lansford, Pennsylvania. Another 5-tool star. He is the baseball equivalent of a gym rat. Elite ability on the base paths, great instincts, leverages that speed as far as good outfield defense, good range, very short-handed. Would love to see the arm improve. Has an above-average bat all across the way. This is a kid who is going to outplay that 48 potential right now. I think as you see those numbers slide to the right in terms of his overall, I think that, again, this is not a 48 profile here. Love the fact that he's adaptable. Could be a great 4th outfielder when he first comes up. And the fact that he's 22 years old and a college senior, he's got the potential to be up sooner rather than later. Another really good player here, Mike Cessna. And then our last player of the first round, Greg Stevenson, Number 36 on the draft board, an elite 2-pitch arsenal, fastball slider, touches 100 plus, even 101 from a sidearm power pitcher. That will play. This is a pure strikeout pitcher. Went to Elon, is a junior, struck out 11 per 9 innings. The stuff is incredible. The rest of his profile is catching up. This to me is a classic closer profile where he's just going to grip it and rip it. And if you can get a hold of it, see what you can do. I think closers have the ability more so than other pitchers to hide a lack of control or the home run ball issue because they're facing so few players, and it's in a crunch time for everyone. Really good personality characteristics as well. Plays the game, has a good time. Greg Stevenson wraps up our first round in terms of our big board. He's our 36th player. And just a reminder, if you are excited or curious, want to see how we did, we are definitely going to be grading ourselves as to how good or badly we did. Pretty sure we're not going to be perfect. We didn't have as many CCPs go in the first round as I think we're going to have. And just a reminder, the draft, Tuesday, May the 13th at 6 o'clock, rounds 1 and 2. The next 3 rounds the next night on May 14th. It is an incredible spectacle. Kamish puts on the best show. Rocky draws, as you see, just a sample of her handiwork here is an amazing. She's truly the MVP of the draft with all of the ability that she shows there. Come watch this. This is an amazing, amazing thing that happens every season. And it just revitalizes me every year for baseball. If you like what you've seen here, please like and subscribe. The eMLB Universe is on Twitch. There again is our link. Come back tomorrow, the same time, where we will be getting into our second round selections on our big board. See what you agree with. Until then, I'm Tim Lowry for all the scouts here at Backfields Media. Hope you have a great day. Talk to you tomorrow.